Since my days at Raquel, our pastry chef made a Lemon Sabayon Tart, and I've always been a great fan of lemon tarts. But this tart was the best tart I've ever tasted. And that was 30 some years ago. It's the only recipe that's in 2 of my cookbooks, French Laundry and Bouchon, because I like it so much. And I'm going to show you how to make it here this morning. It's very simple, doesn't take a whole lot of time. We're going to make the crust first. The crust is with pine nuts, flour, sugar, 1 whole egg, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and butter. We're going to go ahead and put our pine nuts in our robo-coupe. We're going to pulse it just to get them broken up a little bit. We don't want too much of the oil coming out. Then we're going to add our sugar and our flour and finish. We're going to grind it till it's nice and fine. Okay, we can see that now. There are still little chunks of pine nuts in there, but they're very small. You can mix this by hand, or if you have a mixer like this, you can do it in the mixer. We're gonna go ahead and add our flour. This is making enough for 3 tarts, and we're making a 9-inch tart this morning. So it's enough for 3. The reason we do that is because the dough requires 1 egg. And of course, we don't wanna, if we're making it just for 1, we need 1/3 of an egg. It makes it a little too complicated. The great thing about this dough is it freezes extremely well. So I would suggest that you continue with making enough for the 3 and then freeze it. We'll go ahead and add our egg, our butter. The butter's cold, but not right out of the refrigerator, and our vanilla extract. We're gonna go ahead and mix this till all of our ingredients combined. And then we're gonna take it out and divide it in thirds, wrap it in plastic wrap. We can put 2 of those in the freezer for later, and we'll put 1 in the refrigerator for about a half an hour to chill before we fill our tart shell. And the technique to filling the tart shell is super easy. Start it low. We'll wait for all the ingredients to get incorporated. All right, our dough is, there we go. Very simple. Go ahead and cut that in thirds. Freezer will dehydrate your food. So when the ones we're putting in the freezer, we're gonna put them in a freezer bag. So we have a 9-inch fluted tart pan here with a removable bottom. I've buttered it and then lightly floured it, okay? Now then go ahead and make in your dough or your tart shell. Very simple. We're just gonna press in the dough, okay? Now you wanna make sure that you're getting the dough all the same thickness. One other thing, I've chilled the tart shell pan just to help keep the dough cold as well. As you're working with your fingers, it's getting warmer. We wanna work as quickly as we can. A little technique here, we just wanna, if you have a glass, you can just kind of get it into that corner there a little bit. Make sure you choose a sturdy glass so it doesn't break in your hand. I'm just pressing so slightly just to get that corner. Okay, 1 more around the edge with my fingers. And I'm just gonna go ahead and trim off the excess. The knife's at an angle, just going through there, just like that. Now you can really see the quality of the work that you've just done to get it to be the proper thickness. And there's our crust ready to go in the oven. Oven's preheated to 350 degrees. Tart shell, we're gonna put it on our baking sheet in the center of the oven. We're gonna check it in about 10 to 15 minutes, turn it, make sure that's okay. Pine nut crust just came out of the oven. One of the things I see most of all when people are baking, whether it's bread or crust, things that have flour in them, they don't really bake them enough. I like to really get them dark. It brings out more pronounced flavor, but also the texture is one that is of a snap crispiness. This is our little cookie with a little piece we have left over. You can certainly take it out earlier if you like it less, but I suggest you leave it this long. The pine nuts get really toasted very well. The flour gets cooked. Butter gets, the liquid in the butter is evaporated. The crust is much crispier. We're gonna add our sugar, nice and creamy. We're gonna set it over our simmering water bath to begin whisking. My water's still simmering, so that's good. My broiler's on, so I can brown my tart when I put my sabayon in it and when it's complete. Start adding a little bit of lemon juice. About 1/3 of the lemon juice. You see how thick that's getting? Take it off the fire. Make sure you don't burn yourself. Okay, make a little circle here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and butter small amounts at a time. I can smell the aroma of the lemon coming right through that. Make sure all that butter is incorporated in there. And we're gonna go ahead and just pour it in our tart shell now. That smells good. So there we have it. You can see jiggling around like a little bit of Jello, if you all remember Jello. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead in my broiler here. I'm gonna watch it because it's gonna go fairly quickly. Okay, so underneath my broiler, turn it. Okay, so we get the nice browning that we normally get at Bouchon underneath our salamanders there, but that's the idea. We're gonna let that rest, and we're gonna eat it. We've let our lemon tart rest in the refrigerator for about an hour. You can see there, beautiful coloration again. Cut myself a slice here, very delicate. You can see that jiggle there, beautiful. Lemon Sabayon Tart with a pine nut crust.